So the PlayStation Classic is finally out, and in the weeks leading up to its release, there's been nothing but pretty negative press surrounding this thing. And in all honesty, it has not been really well received. So I thought to myself, it couldn't possibly be that bad, could it? But that's what we're gonna find out today. So the packaging is virtually identical to the original release of the PlayStation 1. I like how on the box it includes the notification that it does not include a AC adapter. One of the more negative bullet points when this console was announced. Over on the back of the box, it shows the 20 games that are packaged and programmed inside of the PlayStation Classic. Opening the initial box, you're met with another box. And once inside, this thing was pure nostalgic goodness. I got really giddy opening this thing up and just seeing that old school PlayStation in mini form. Underneath, you have the two controllers. An HDMI cable, as well as a micro USB cable used for powering the unit, despite the fact that it does not come with a power brick. Absolutely ridiculous. I have no idea what the hell they were thinking. Taking a closer look at the console, it is as advertised. It is in fact a miniaturized version of the original PlayStation 1. Over on the front side, you have controller port 1 and 2, as well as two mock memory card slots. Over on its back side, you have the micro USB port, as well as the port for the HDMI output. It even has a mock door for the serial port. You know, that port in the back of the PlayStation that people used to hook a Game Shark up to. The door does not actually open, but it's a fantastic detail that I'm glad they included. The power button serves to power on the unit. The open button is when you want to play a game that has multiple discs. It serves as a disc changer. And the reset button actually takes you back to the main menu. And no detail was spared. Flipping it upside down, it actually looks exactly identical to the original PlayStation 1. This thing definitely gets a grade A for its build and craftsmanship. A lot of attention went to detail when creating this thing, and it's very appreciated. Now, the controllers that come packaged with the console are those pre-DualShock Day controllers. No analog sticks, just a directional pad, start, select. The 4 face buttons, 4 shoulder buttons. I love that though, even though they're USB controllers, they still added the extra detail to give them the appearance of the authentic PlayStation 1 controllers over on the connector side. Once everything's all set up and bundled together, it gives off a fantastic aesthetic. This thing is actually really cool looking, and I was actually kind of geeking out while making this video. So the presentation and the visuals of the console itself are on point. They're very cool. It's a very cool looking console. But now, let's find out exactly how the thing plays. Right from the start, I was actually pretty disappointed as to how bland and plain the console's interface is, versus something like the NES Classic or the SNES Classic, which actually pay homage to the console through its interface. This one just kind of seemed lazily slapped together. Another disappointment was its lack of visual upgrade options. Now, I'm all for authentic experiences, but some of these games just really look like shit on modern TVs. It would have been nice to have some form of upscaling. And the lack of border options is something else that I really frown upon. I mean, I appreciate the fact that they have the games in their original aspect ratios, but seeing the image floating in a black void can be kind of annoying. And like I previously stated, while some games look and play great on this thing, other games look absolutely terrible and play like trash. In some instances, the emulation is painfully obvious, with graphical glitches and slowdown moments. And you truly gotta question their game selection. I mean, while this thing does have some classic titles, some would just leave you scratching your head. Like, why the hell would they put the PlayStation 1 version of Rainbow Six in this thing? That's like the shittiest version of Rainbow Six that was made. And this is one of the games that kept glitching out on me frequently. I mean, if they wanted an awesome first-person shooter that was available for the PlayStation 1, why didn't they put Medal of Honor in here? Games like Parasite Eve, Crash Bandicoot, and hell, even Gran Turismo are all missing. I'm not sure what the hell they were thinking, but to be honest with you, this kind of feels like a cash grab. The game's library is just overall weak, and there's really no benefit to playing it on the PlayStation Classic than playing it in any other format. The PlayStation Classic feels less like an attempt at legit nostalgia and more like a holiday season cash grab. And for that reason, I cannot recommend this console. There are so many better alternatives that play PlayStation 1 games. There is no way this thing is worth $100. Now, if you're an avid PlayStation collector, then yeah, you're probably going to want to own this thing. But if you're looking to relive some of the best titles that this amazing console had to offer, you are not going to find this here. I have to say I'm really disappointed with the sloppy execution here by Sony. I had really high hopes for this thing, and I was really hoping it wouldn't be as bad as what people were making it out to be. But in all honesty, it's pretty bad. I hope Sony doesn't kill the market for these classic mini consoles with this thing. I've really enjoyed them up until this moment. Do not buy the PlayStation Classic. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Until next time, this is Ness, signing out.